that he believed that was the best place to be, the safest at least.
Yeah, he, of course, like so many other people, worried about the COVID, and because of the pandemic and the heightened security on Capitol Hill, he decided to watch from home, where he wanted to hear the kind of message that President Biden actually delivered today, with a focus on bringing the country together.
I'm looking forward to a voice for unity, a president that doesn't seek to divide by race and gender and geography and all of that. Joe Biden has a long history in this country of public service, where he would work bipartisanly, work with people of all kinds, regardless of whether he agreed or not. And I think that's especially important.
Important as the new administration, with both houses of Congress now controlled by Democrats, tackles an economy crippled by a pandemic and a country fractured by social unrest and poisonous political rhetoric.
I think you'll see a beginning of healing. I think it puts a lot of responsibility, though, on those Republican members of Congress that have just day by day done the bidding of President Trump and always defended even his most divisive statements, even the attack by terrorists on the Capitol.
Senator Brown told me even as the Biden administration launches an ambitious plan to distribute the COVID vaccine and rebuild the economy, the Senate must deal with fallout from the insurrection and months of a false narrative.
I wish that every member of Congress would look into the camera at, in Columbus or in Omaha or anywhere else and say, Joe Biden is an legitimately elected president. There was no voter fraud. This was one of the safest, fairest elections in American history. And what the president of the United States said simply wasn't true. If they would do that, it would begin to unify this country. It would make it our ability to govern much greater bipartisanly. I'm hopeful that my colleagues around the country will do that.
Senator Brown admits there must be a balance in the Senate now between launching the new administration, confirming cabinet members, and conducting the second impeachment trial for President Trump. The Republican who tried to unseat Sherrod Brown, former Ohio Congressman Jim Renacci, is one of the most ardent supporters of Donald Trump here in Ohio. He is already predicting that Joe Biden will drive up the nation's debt.
If you notice, he's going to spend a lot of money. And I remember going to Congress in 2009 when $10 trillion of debt was too much. And now we're going to cross over 30 trillion, heading to 35 trillion. I'm telling you how the state of Ohio needs to work best with the federal government. It has to start making itself stronger.
Renacci says Ohio has to make itself less dependent on Washington. He is talking again very much like a political candidate, launching what he calls a campaign for change, and there is much speculation that he is going to challenge his fellow Republican Mike DeWine in the gubernatorial primary. I asked Renacci about that, and we'll have that part of the interview Sunday morning at 10 on The Spectrum. Darlene?
All right, Colleen, thank you so much. Well, from politics